Hello everybody, I'm Karishma Nimgaokar. Welcome to the screencast of Homework 3, Proxies, Queues and Cache Fluency for CSC 791 DevOps. I would be proceeding with the demo in 3 steps. I would first show you the instance of the Express server running on the port 3000, followed by the port 3001, and the last part would be the proxy implementation where any request made to localhost would be alternately sent to localhost 3000 and localhost 3001. For this, I would first start the server. So as you can see, we have a couple of output statements here. So we have a proxy server listening on port 80, and you have the app which has two instances. One is listening on 3000 and the other is listening on 3001. The other three consoles, the output statements, are to ensure that the queue has been created. The queue is basically used for the popl push function, which would be used for routing the requests from the proxy to the actual servers listening at 3000 and 3001. I would show you the code later on. So let's see how the server would perform. So this is the home page at the port 3000, wherein you can see hello world. We have a couple of other functionalities. We have the set functionality, wherein we can see that the key would expire in 10 seconds. The same can be viewed on the get. So this was the key which was set using the set request. If I try to access the key again, after 10 seconds, I would get a blank. So as you can see, there is no key set as it got expired. Recent would give the 5 most recent URLs that were visited. So this is the list of the 5 most recent URLs. We have the functionality of meow to display the images on the screen. However, right now there are no images to display. So let's invoke the upload and upload an image. So there's an image called morning.jpg, which I'll be uploading to localhost 3000. I would also upload another image. So there's a list of images in the image folder. I would upload ice cream.image. So as you can see, I've uploaded 2 images. So the most recent image in the queue would be displayed first. Since I'd uploaded ice cream, it would display ice cream first when I invoked /meow. The next image would be morning.jpg. And finally, there are no images to show. So the meow would basically display the most recent to the least recent images that were uploaded, and it would delete them from the queue after displaying them. So we will also see how the same functionalities work on the port 3001. So let's go to the home page. So the home page 3001, and the functionalities would be similar, wherein set would set the key which expires in 10 seconds. Get would be able to view that key. We would have to wait for 10 seconds for the key to expire. Meanwhile, let's just see recent. And let's see get again. So the key is now no longer visible because it got expired. Again, if I try to do meow, there would be no images to show. And now instead of 3000, I would upload it to 3001. And I'm just uploading one image. So this image is being displayed here, which is ice cream.jpg. It would be deleted from the queue, and then you would get no images to show. So this was as far as the 2 instances of the server were concerned. Now we would show the same functionality using proxy. So you saw that when we started node main.js, we saw that the proxy server was listening at port 80. So let's see how this would work for our server. So as you can see, I just typed localhost and it actually got redirected to either 3000 or 3001, which can be viewed through the log statements. So you can see that it is delivering the request to localhost 3000. This has been fetched from the queue using the r-popl push function. If we perform any subsequent requests like set, so you can see that the request has been sent to 3001. If we try to do a get, you can see that the request is being sent to 3000. So there's an alternating, the URLs are being picked up in an alternating fashion, such that 3000, 3001, 3000. There would be alternating requests being sent from the proxy server. So if I try to do a meow, there would be no images to show right now, but the request was sent to 3001. So let's upload images. So I would first upload morning.jpg to localhost/upload. So this got uploaded. Let's upload another image. So let's upload harrypotter.jpg. So we would see in the console that the first upload request was being delivered to 3000 and the second upload was being delivered to 3001. We would now view this. So Harry Potter was the most recent one, which would be displayed first, followed by morning.jpg, followed by nil. And the same could be viewed here, wherein when I first invoked meow, it went to 3000, the second one went to 3001, and the third invocation went to 3000. We would now see the last function of recent. So you can see that recent, meow, 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 and upload are the 5 most recent URLs which were visited. And again, you can see that the request is being delivered to 3001. So the code base for this, I have used HTTP proxy and HTTP to implement the proxy service. So in this case, I'm using the client. The client is nothing but my Redis client. I'm using the popl push function to fetch the value from the proxy URL queue, and the request or the proxy would be set with that target. The proxy is listening on port 80. So when I'm starting the 2 servers, the first server would be listening on 3000 and the second one would be listening on 3001. When I start the server, I am pushing the URL into the queue, the proxy URL queue, which would be used by the r-popl push function. This is the implementation of set and get. Inside the set, I'm setting the new key, which would be expiring in 10 seconds. And I'm sending the response with a sample message, whereas the get would fetch the key and send it as the response. The recent would fetch the 5 most recent URLs from the queue. Inside the app.use, I'm pushing data inside the queue and I'm trimming it so that it maintains only 5 elements. And you can also view the same from the length function, which would indicate the length of the queue. The upload would pick up the images. Since it's a post request, it would pick up the images and it would upload it inside a buffer. And the same is being pushed into a queue of the images so that the same can be viewed from the meow call. So inside meow, I'm displaying the image, the most recent image, and I'm popping that image once the work is done, once the display is done. So this is how I have implemented all the functionalities of 2 different server instances running and the proxy with all the requests being served. Thank you.